slate. But moving on to our next topic, coming up to our second to final main topic, The Flash moves up a week alongside the release of 4 new posters. It's so great to finally be talking about The Flash on a positive note. We can actually talk about the movie. On Monday, Warner Brothers set a new release date of June 16th, 2023 for the film. It was previously slated for June 23rd, 2023, and the new date gives it more breathing room ahead of the release of Disney's Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, which bows on June 30th. So, Eleanor, not only did The Flash move up a week, which when I read that headline, I was like, wait, what? Because I've never read that in the last 37 years. And it also came with 4 new posters, which had Ezra Miller actually shown in the marketing for this film, which
that was
has
shocking
been
for me.
the first time in a good while. And, you know, some of them seemed like they were maybe drawings, but in one of them we got to see 2 versions of Barry. One looks like in a repurposed Michael Keaton bat suit, which looked kind of odd at times, but kind of cool at the same time. So very interesting. Looks like some of the leaks and reports that we've gotten in the past are true. And it's great. I mean, I loved all the posters. I think it's smart for the film to be 2 weeks away from Indiana Jones. That way it doesn't get buried. And
Get it? Buried, like Barry Allen.
Yeah, it's like a Barry Allen joke. But Eleanor, what do you think about the posters and the Flash actually moving up a week? Do you think it's a temporary move, or do you think it's going to get pushed back, canceled? What do you think?
Well, I loved the posters. I will have to say that Batman suit did throw me for a loop. I was like, why
With
are
the
there
sawed-off bat ears?
I was like, I don't like it. And I'm like, okay, I think they probably made it for me to not like it, for me to be like, why? But I mean, if you're on a budget and you need a good suit and you find one, you might as well paint it your colors and use it. So I could see why they do that. It makes sense. If you're on a budget.
He's in a bind.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta work with what you got. So that makes sense to me. I'm surprised that it moved up, because we've heard Shazam moved up and we were like, really? Sweet. Cool. We get to see that one early. And then they moved, or did they move Shazam back?
They moved
it back.
Yes. Well, they moved it up originally and then back.
See how confusing this is, Warner Brothers? I don't know what's happening. But with, here with The Flash, I was like, okay, well, they moved it back, and then they moved it back, and then they moved it back. Then we thought we were never going to get it for 15 years, and then they moved it back, and then they moved it back, and now, guys, we get a week. And I think that's awesome, because especially with anything that has the word Disney attached to it, you want to distance yourself from that, because you know that's going to make money, and especially if it has Indiana Jones attached
not necessarily.
to it. Well, especially if it has Indiana Jones attached to it and Harrison Ford, like, look out, world. Hopefully it's not another Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, but that's a different movie. But I do think that The Flash has the potential to be a really good movie. I'm not sure if it's going to be what they're saying, this No Way Home. That kind of makes me raise a couple eyebrows. I'm like, what are they going to pull out of the woodwork for this? You know? Because No Way Home, for me, like, the highlight of it was pulling in all these past villains and the past Spider-Man and having, like, this big reunion, and that was part of the multiverse thing. It seems like they're going for a multiversal feel in this new Flash movie.
Well, it's going to be like a Flashpoint adaptation of sorts.
I'm hoping they're hiding Eobard Thawne from us, and we actually do get Eobard Thawne. I would cry. Probably not going to happen, but I would cry. But I think it is a great idea for them to move it up. What do you think?
Yeah, I think, like I said, it's great news that they finally moved it up. I liked the posters. And as far as calling it No Way Home, I mean, all of the reports since any of the leaks and the screenings of this film have been extremely overwhelmingly positive, which has been making the potential of canceling it or shelving it kind of impossible, not only because it has a $200 million budget, but also because they really think that the film is truly great, truly special, and something as good as what they had once compared it to, the Dark Knight trilogy, which, you know, these films, which are billion-dollar films, those are high expectations.
Yeah, that's setting the bar real high.
And as far as
Makes
No
me
Way
excited,
Home, No Way Home type of comparisons, I'm assuming as far as bringing in other characters, we already know they're going to different multiverses because they have Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck in there. And in a lot of ways, this could be what kind of sets up the last era of the DCEU, or the Snyder era, or whatever you want to call it, is in a way going to be kind of leaving up James Gunn and Peter Safran on whatever the Flash's note leaves them. So either it'll be a note where they can kind of take and move forward and readjust, or maybe they're just going to completely ignore it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I like the posters, and I think it's great news to finally hear that the Flash is closer, racing closer, and it's getting here faster in a flash.
Oh my goodness.
All right.